What's up, guys? My name is George from George the CS Guy, and this is the first installment of my Intro to Java series. Today we're going to be writing a program called Hello World, which is a really simple program that a lot of people use as their very first computer program to kind of get their feet wet. We're going to be using a tool called Eclipse for this. Eclipse is an application that you can download from the internet, and I've included a link to it below. It's free and it's pretty easy to use. Eclipse is what's called an integrated development environment. What this means for you as a beginning programmer is essentially just that your life will be a little bit easier because you're using it. Every integrated development environment is pretty much the same, so if there's another one you're comfortable with, NetBeans, Dr. Java, anything like that, feel free to use that. And let's go ahead and get started. So let's open up Eclipse. I already have it open because it takes a couple minutes to really get running, and I didn't want you guys to have to sit through that. So here we are at the home screen for Eclipse. Once you get it running, you're going to see just a lot of white space, nothing really going on. What we need to do is create a new project. So click this button up here in the left corner and make sure Java Project is clicked. And you're going to create a new Java project. Let's call it Hello World. Go ahead and hit finish. And here we go. We have our Hello World project. Let's open it up by double clicking, and you'll see we have a JRE system library and an SRC file. Don't worry about the JRE system library. We'll deal with that in a later lesson, but here we have the SRC file, and I want you to right click on that, mouse over new, and go to not Java project, we already created that. Go to class. Now we have a new Java class, and let's call this one Hello World. So what we're doing here is creating a class file, and all this means is this is where our code is going to go. Every single program we write is going to have some number of class files. Most will have one as we begin, but as we get further into the Java programming language, we'll start working with multiple class files. So make sure this little checkbox is ticked down here. This just writes a line of code for us that we don't have to do. So now hit finish, and let's go ahead and open that up. So as you'll notice down here, I have two different Hello Worlds. That's just because I wrote this program earlier and I didn't remove it. Probably should have done that, but you know what, here we are. You're only going to have one, and it's going to look something like this. In fact, it should look exactly like this. You should have a line that says public class hello world, and then public static void main string args. Don't worry at all about what these lines of code mean. We'll get to that at a later lesson, but for now, just know that they're really important, and every Java program you write is going to need these two lines of code. So the first thing we want to do is delete this to-do little comment thing that we were given. We don't need that. It doesn't really do us. It doesn't do anything for us. It just tells us that we need to write code here. Pretty simple. So let's think about what we want this program to do. Hello World, like I said, is really, really simple. All we want it to do is print out the message Hello World. So we're telling our system, our computer, to print a string of text called Hello World. How do we do that? Fortunately, Java has a method for us to do that, and I'll just type it out right here. It's system.out.println. So I'm not sure why it typed arg0. It shouldn't do that. So this is what this is kind of gonna be the shell of what we're gonna do. System.out.println is a method that prints what's in the parentheses to our console, which is this area down here. You'll notice that at the end of our line is a semicolon. This is essential for every single line we write in Java, except for a few key exceptions, but for the most part, end every line with a semicolon, or you're going to have errors and your computer's going to get mad at you. Not a big deal, just add them back in and you'll be fine. So this is how we get something to print to the console. What we want that message to be is Hello World. So go ahead and write Hello World, throw an exclamation mark, period, whatever parenthesis or whatever punctuation you like on there. And that needs to be in double quotes. That's just a standard how Java works. strings of text are always in double quotes. So right here, it looks like pretty simple. We've only written one line of code, but we are actually done with this program. So mouse up to this little play button right here and click run hello world.java. Now you'll see below our line of text inside of this message was printed out right here. Hello world. That's all there is to it. Like I said, really simple program. Not a whole lot to it. The next lesson we'll get into a little bit more detail, not detail, I guess. We'll expand upon this idea and explore some new concepts. I also have a couple homework assignments that you can try out. They're basically just similar things to this, a little bit more practice so you can make sure you understand the material. Go ahead and email me. My email is in the description below, and just say you want lesson 1 materials. I can send you a lesson plan that's handwritten. It has a little bit more details of the steps and really walks you through it like just so purely, so cleanly, so that you can do this, emulate the same thing without the video. And I've also got homework assignments, and then for later projects we have large programming assignments and various homework assignments. So go ahead and email me at the email below. Thanks for watching, and tune in for our next lesson.